Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to go over the smartest way to invest in NFTs. Now this strategy is going to be most useful for the individuals that aren't necessarily interested in collecting a piece of art, but they're really trying to get a yield on their investments and their NFTs, or they're trying to sell their NFTs in the future and just invest in the growth of that project. So this strategy uses a platform called NFTX. Now NFTX allows you to basically create an index for your own NFT collection. What that means is if I go to the vaults page here, you can see that there's several different vaults for different NFT projects. Now, of course, the most popular project here is going to be CryptoPunks, so we'll just go to that vault, and you can see this vault essentially holds different CryptoPunks NFTs in it. Now, the way it works is when you deposit a CryptoPunk into this vault, you essentially get an ERC20 token back that represents that CryptoPunk. What that essentially means is you can now fractionalize your NFT and you can sell out different slivers of it, which is exactly how this protocol operates. So the very simple use case here, and again we're going to get to a higher level strategy, is you could essentially buy a portion of a floor CryptoPunk if you don't have the funds to purchase an entire punk yourself. What's interesting about these collections is, as I mentioned, they're always going to be basically the floor of those NFTs. So all of these CryptoPunks are floor punks. They're still worth a ton, but they're all going to be worth about the same value, and that's why they're all bundled together in a collection. Now you may notice that these CryptoPunks here are priced all at 1.05 punk. So what's the reason behind that 5% increase in price when I said a 1 punk token would equal 1 CryptoPunk? Well, the simple answer is that if you want to manually pick a CryptoPunk from this pool, you actually have to pay 5% more in exchange for, the benefit of picking the art that you like. If you want to mint a random punk, you can do that here, and you can see there on the right, it only costs 1 punk token. Just to put it simply, you can always get one of these CryptoPunks for 1 punk, but it will be a random selection from this pool. But if you want to choose one, say you really like 4546, you would have to pay 5% extra, or 1.05 punk. Now you can see here they have vaults for a ton of different projects, really all of the most popular ones. Pudgy Penguins is a very popular one recently. My personal favorite is Bored Ape Yacht Club, and you can see they have about 12 NFTs in the Bored Ape Yacht Club vault. Now, as I mentioned, I could deposit 1 Bored Ape Yacht Club token and redeem a random selection from this NFT pool, and if I wanted to pick a specific one, say I like number 3700 here, I would have to pay a 5% premium to handpick my NFT. So why is this the best way to invest in different NFT projects? Well, the simple answer here is you can actually yield farm these ERC20 NFT pools. You can see I'm on the staking page here, and you can see there are pools for each of these different vaults, and you can actually provide liquidity for ETH and the NFT pool on Sushiswap. So I've sorted them from highest TVL to lowest. You can see Punk is the highest TVL, that's CryptoPunks, and there's Bored Ape Yacht Club right there at 130 ETH as TVL for this pool. And you can see the APRs on the right here are actually pretty solid. Now the great thing about these APRs is they are quite high, but they're actually going to be paid out in that NFT vault token. So if you're in this Punk ETH pool, you're going to be stacking exclusively Punk tokens for your APR, which is obviously great. For people that are considering, say, buying a floor Punk, it really makes sense to put those funds towards this Punk ETH pool, and you can have exposure to CryptoPunks, you have exposure to floor punks, but you're also going to be stacking punks on top of that because you're earning about a 30% APR. In addition, all of these pairs are paired with ETH, so your impermanent loss is probably going to be minimized because it's really hard to expect that one of these NFT tokens really takes off relative to ETH. Of course, it is possible. We've seen the floor of CryptoPunks about double in the last 2 months or so, but really a 2x move isn't going to cause you too much impermanent loss that you need to worry about. These APRs should really make up for that. So you may now be wondering, well, where does this APR come from if it's getting paid out in that NFT vault token? So to answer that, we'll go over to the Gitbook docs, and you can see here that NFTX actually has 2 fees in place, which I've talked about briefly before, and all of that is used to fund the liquidity incentives for different LP pools. So here you can see that there's a 5% minting fee and a 5% targeted redemption fee. Now all of those fees are distributed to liquidity providers for that vault, so that means your fees are really going to be coming from different activity in the pool. Now they do mention that you can actually bypass that minting fee, but if anyone has a targeted redemption, meaning they choose a specific piece of art to withdraw from the pool, they're going to be paying that 5% redemption fee to liquidity providers. Now this is really a great way to passively get a yield on your NFTs and just to stack that NFT project that you're most interested in. I mean, just having the ability here to get a 30% APR on a Punk ETH pair that's giving you exposure to floor punks is pretty awesome. And I think for most people, that's probably better than just holding a CryptoPunk in their wallet, which is earning no yield for them. Now, for me personally, I mentioned I love Bored Ape Yacht Club, but it's hard for me to justify buying an ape. So it's very easy for me to deposit ETH and then purchase these Bored Ape Yacht Club tokens from Sushiswap and then pair that together and earn an 80% or so APR. Now, obviously, these APRs do fluctuate and you're going to want to track them historically, but at the end of the day, really getting any APR is better than none. So if you do have any of these NFTs, I would definitely look into participating in NFTX staking. Now, I do want to show you very briefly how effective the NFTX pricing mechanism is. So you can see here that a punk goes for 41.1 ETH, and again, that's a floor punk, and that's on NFTX. And if we go over to Larva Labs, which is the creator of CryptoPunks, you can see here that the cheapest punk they have for sale is 42 ETH. So 42 ETH is the floor. That coincides pretty closely with what we see here on NFTX, which means that the pricing mechanism really does work. I've checked several other projects and the floor prices are in line, which is obviously important to see. Now, I do want to show you just how easy it is to provide liquidity on Sushi for this pair. So you can see here I have ETH in this wallet, provide 2 ETH, and I would have to match that up with the Punk Vault token if I had that in my wallet. Once I've provided liquidity there, it is important to just go over back to this tab and then stake your liquidity in the appropriate pool. In this case, it's the Punk ETH pool. Now you can see here there is going to be a great APR there, but you do also get a bonus APR if there's any swap volume on your pair. So in this case, I just searched for Punk, and you can see here's the Punk ETH Sushiswap pool, and that's getting a very small APR of 1.3%, but again, that's really just a bonus that's on top of whatever you earn from staking. I expect this APR to fluctuate a lot. It could go much higher, so don't take too much consideration into this, but if you choose to invest in one of these pools, definitely check on Zapper what the fee APR is on top of the staking APR. What's really interesting is you can employ this strategy without using the NFTX governance token at all, but I figured I would just mention that. You don't have to worry about this token at all, but in case you're interested in speculating on that, I've just linked the CoinGecko below, and you can see the chart there and come to your own conclusions. Now, with that said, thank you all for watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.